Lesson 1, Mastering Houseplant Care.
Morning, Anna. I've been wondering, how often should I water my new houseplants?
That's a great question, John. It really depends on the specific plant, but I can share some general guidelines.
Okay, I'm all ears. I want to make sure I'm taking good care of them.
Well, most plants do best when you water them when the top inch or two of soil becomes dry. But the frequency can vary quite a bit.
I see. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach then?
Exactly. Some plants, like succulents, prefer the soil to dry out more between waterings. Others, like ferns, like to stay a bit more consistently moist.
That makes sense. How can I tell if I'm over or under watering a plant?
Good question. If the leaves are wilting or turning yellow, that's usually a sign of underwatering. But if the leaves are drooping or the soil is constantly soggy, you might be overdoing it.
I see the telltale signs now. Thanks for the tips, Anna. I want to make sure I give my plants the perfect amount of water.
Of course. And don't be afraid to adjust your watering schedule as the seasons change. Plants' water needs can fluctuate throughout the year.
Good point. I'll keep a close eye on them and tweak the routine as needed. Is there anything else I should be aware of when it comes to houseplant care?
Well, you'll also want to pay attention to things like sunlight, humidity, and fertilizing. But the watering is definitely the most important part.
Okay, got it. I'm feeling more confident about keeping my new green friends happy and healthy now.
I'm glad I could help, John. Houseplants can be so rewarding when you get the care just right.
Absolutely. I'm excited to put these tips into practice. Thanks again, Anna.
Lesson 2, Exploring the World's Finest Museums and Art Galleries.
Morning, Anna. Did you catch that new exhibit at the British Museum last week?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it. What was it like? I've heard the British Museum has an incredible collection.
It was amazing. They had all these priceless ancient artifacts on display, from Egyptian mummies to Mesopotamian cuneiform tablets.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. The British Museum must have one of the most diverse collections in the world.
Absolutely. It's like a treasure trove of human history all under one roof. Have you been to any other impressive museums lately?
Now that you mention it, I did visit the Louvre in Paris a few months ago. The art collection there is truly breathtaking.
The Louvre, huh? I bet seeing the Mona Lisa in person was a pretty surreal experience.
It really was. I spent hours just wandering the galleries, taking in all the masterpieces.
I can only imagine. Museums like the Louvre and the British Museum must be on every art lover's bucket list.
Definitely. And you know, there are so many other world-class museums and art galleries out there to explore.
Oh, for sure. I've always wanted to check out the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. I heard they have an incredible collection of Renaissance art.
The Uffizi, yes. And don't forget the Museo del Prado in Madrid, they've got some of Goya's most famous paintings.
Good call. Spain's got so many amazing museums. I'd love to visit the Guggenheim in Bilbao too, with all that incredible modern architecture.
Absolutely. Museums and art galleries are such gateways to culture and history. I could spend days exploring them.
Me too. There's just something so inspiring about being surrounded by timeless works of art and human achievement.
Couldn't agree more. Maybe we should plan a museum hopping trip together sometime soon.
Sounds like a plan. I'd be down to hit up some of the world's greatest art institutions with you.
Lesson 3: Meeting deadlines in the workplace.
Afternoon, Anna. Did you get a chance to review that report I sent over?
Hey John, I did take a look. We've got a lot of work to get done before the deadline this week.
I know, the timeline is tight. But I'm confident we can pull it off if we buckle down and focus.
You're right, we can't afford any delays at this point. What's the game plan?
Well, I was thinking we could divide up the tasks and tackle them in parallel. That should help us maximize efficiency.
Good idea. I can take the data analysis portion and get that done by tomorrow.
Excellent. I'll work on the written sections and have a draft ready for your review.
Sounds good. We'll need to schedule a check-in meeting too, just to make sure we're on track.
Definitely. I'll send a calendar invite for later today. That way we can iron out any issues early on.
Perfect. The more we can get done up front, the less scrambling we'll have to do at the end.
Exactly. I'm confident we can deliver a top-notch report if we stay organized and communicate well.
Agreed. With a little teamwork and perseverance, I think we can absolutely nail this deadline.
Awesome. I really appreciate your proactive approach, Anna. It's going to make all the difference.
Happy to help, John. We're in this together, and I know we're both committed to getting it done right.
Absolutely. All right, let's get cracking. The sooner we can wrap this up, the sooner we can celebrate.
You got it. Time to put our heads down and power through. I'm ready when you are.
Sounds good. Okay, let's do this.
Lesson 4: Embracing your unique beauty.
Morning, Anna. Can I get your opinion on something?
Absolutely, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been feeling a bit insecure about my appearance lately. I'm worried people might not find me attractive.
Oh, John, don't be so hard on yourself. Beauty is so subjective, what one person finds attractive, another might not.
I guess you're right. It's just hard not to compare myself to others sometimes, you know?
I understand, but try to focus on your strengths and the things that make you unique. That's what's truly attractive.
I suppose you have a point. I tend to be my own harshest critic.
Exactly. And you know what they say, confidence is the most attractive quality of all.
You really think so? I've always struggled with feeling confident in my own skin.
Absolutely. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, it's magnetic. People can't help but be drawn to that.
Wow, I never really thought about it that way. You've given me a lot to think about.
I'm glad I could provide a different perspective. Remember, your value isn't defined by what others think. It's all about how you see yourself.
You know, you're right. I should focus on embracing my unique qualities instead of worrying so much.
That's the spirit. Once you start to truly love and appreciate yourself, the rest will fall into place.
You've really helped boost my confidence, Anna. I feel a lot better about myself now.
I'm so glad to hear that, John. You deserve to feel amazing in your own skin.
Thanks, Anna. I appreciate you taking the time to listen and offer your support.
Anytime, John. That's what friends are for. Now, let's go celebrate your newfound confidence.
Sounds like a plan. Lead the way.
Lesson 5, Exploring Tech Specialties.
Hey, Anna, can I pick your brain about something?
Absolutely, John. What's on your mind?
I'm trying to decide whether to specialize in artificial intelligence or cybersecurity, and I could use your input.
Oh, that's a big decision. What are you leaning towards at the moment?
Well, I find both fields really fascinating, but I'm not sure which one would be the better fit for me.
Let's think through the pros and cons of each. What interests you most about AI?
I'm really intrigued by the potential of AI to revolutionize so many industries. The idea of creating intelligent systems that can learn and adapt is just captivating.
I can see the appeal. AI is such a rapidly evolving field with so much room for innovation. What about cybersecurity, though? What draws you to that?
The idea of being on the front lines of protecting against cyber threats really appeals to me. I have a knack for problem solving, and I think that would come in handy.
Definitely. Cybersecurity is critical in today's digital landscape. Both paths have a lot to offer in terms of growth and impact.
That's true. It's a tough call, though. I feel like I could excel in either one, but I'm worried about making the wrong choice.
Well, maybe you could explore both a bit more before deciding? See if you can find an internship or job shadowing opportunity in each field.
That's a great idea. Getting some hands-on experience could really help me figure out which one is the better fit.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to change course if you realize the other path is more aligned with your interests and skills.
You're right. I shouldn't feel like I have to commit to one forever. Keeping my options open is probably the wisest approach.
Absolutely. The important thing is that you choose the path that excites you and aligns with your long-term goals.
Thanks, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk this through with me. It's been super helpful.
I'm glad I could provide a different perspective. Let me know how it goes with your exploration, okay?
Will do. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this decision now, thanks to you.
Lesson 6, Mastering Productivity.
Morning, Anna. Can I pick your brain about something?
Sure, John. What's up?
I've been struggling with concentration lately. I get easily overwhelmed by too many tasks.
I see. That's a common problem these days, with all the distractions we face.
Exactly. I feel like I'm constantly juggling a million things, and it's starting to take a toll.
Well, there are a few strategies that might help you stay focused and productive.
I'm all ears. Any tips would be greatly appreciated.
Well, one thing that's really helped me is prioritizing my tasks. I make a to-do list and focus on the most important items first.
That makes sense. Trying to do everything at once is probably what's causing the overwhelm.
Precisely. And try to limit multitasking as much as possible. It's actually less efficient than working on one thing at a time.
Oof, yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm always switching between different projects.
I know, it's so tempting. But giving your full attention to one task can really improve your productivity.
Okay, so prioritize and limit multitasking. Anything else that's worked for you?
Well, taking regular breaks is crucial. Even just stepping away for 5 to 10 minutes can help reset your mind.
Good point. I tend to just plow through until I hit a wall. A little break might be just what I need.
Exactly. And don't forget to take care of yourself, eat well, stay hydrated, and get enough sleep.
Ah, the basics. I definitely neglect those when I'm in productivity mode.
It's so easy to do. But those self-care habits can make a big difference in your focus and energy levels.
You're absolutely right. Okay, I'm feeling inspired to try out some of these strategies. Thanks, Anna.
Anytime, John. Let me know how it goes. I'm happy to brainstorm more ideas if you need.
Will do. I appreciate you taking the time to share your productivity tips.
Lesson 7, Tech Troubles.
Hey Anna, can I get your help with something?
Certainly, what's going on?
Well, the TV remote in my living room is acting up. It's not working properly.
Oh no, that's so frustrating. What exactly is happening with it?
It's not responding when I press the buttons. The TV isn't changing channels or adjusting the volume.
That's strange. Have you tried replacing the batteries?
You know, I haven't actually checked the batteries yet. That's a good place to start.
Definitely. Sometimes it's the simple things that end up being the issue.
You're right. Let me go grab some fresh batteries and see if that does the trick.
Okay, great. While you're at it, you might want to give the remote a quick wipe down too.
Good call. There could be some dust or grime buildup causing the buttons to stick.
Exactly. A little cleaning can go a long way in troubleshooting these kinds of problems.
Alright, I'll give it a try. I really appreciate you helping me think through this.
No problem at all. I'm happy to lend a hand with any tech issues you're facing.
It's so nice to have a tech-savvy friend like you around. I'll let you know how it goes.
Sounds good. Fingers crossed the batteries and a little cleaning do the trick.
Me too. I'll be back in a bit to report on the remote's progress.
Lesson 8, Cafe Dreams.
Morning, Anna. I've got some exciting news to share.
Ooh, do tell. What's going on?
Well, I've been thinking about starting my own business.
Oh, that's wonderful. What kind of business are you considering?
I want to open up a cafe, actually. A place where people can gather, relax, and enjoy good food and drinks.
A cafe? That sounds like such a cozy and inviting idea. What made you decide on that?
I've always loved the atmosphere of cafes, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the chatter of people, the comfy seating. I think it would be a great way to bring the community together.
I can definitely see the appeal. And what kind of food and drinks were you envisioning for your cafe?
Well, I want to focus on high quality, locally sourced ingredients. Maybe some specialty coffee drinks, artisanal pastries, and a selection of light lunch items.
That all sounds absolutely delicious. I can already imagine the mouth-watering aromas wafting through the air.
Exactly. And I want to create a space that's welcoming for everyone, families, students, remote workers, you name it.
That's such a fantastic concept. I'm really excited for you, John. Have you started working on a business plan yet?
I have, actually. I'm still in the early stages, but I'm doing a lot of research and planning to make sure I get it right.
I'm sure all your hard work will pay off. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help support you along the way.
I really appreciate that, Anna. It means a lot to have a friend who's so enthusiastic about my cafe dreams.
Of course. I can't wait to see your vision come to life. Just promise me you'll save me a spot to be a regular customer.
You got it. I'll make sure to reserve the best table in the house for you.
Lesson 9, Hotel Perks.
Hey Anna, I've got some exciting news about my upcoming hotel stay.
Oh, do tell. What's the scoop?
Well, the hotel is offering a complimentary gift box for all guests. Isn't that great?
Wow, that's wonderful. What kind of items are included in the gift box?
From what I've heard, it has all sorts of little luxuries, high-end toiletries, local snacks, and even a voucher for a free drink at the bar.
That's so thoughtful of the hotel to provide those extra perks. What a nice perk for guests.
Absolutely. It really makes me look forward to the stay even more. Oh, and did I mention the operating hours of the hotel's fitness center?
No, what are the hours? I'm always curious about hotel amenities.
The fitness center is open 24/7, which is perfect for my early morning workouts.
24-hour access? That's incredibly convenient. You'll be able to squeeze in a workout anytime, day or night.
Exactly. I'm really impressed with all the little details this hotel is covered to ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay.
It sounds like they're really going above and beyond to provide an exceptional experience for their guests. Lucky you, getting to take advantage of all those great amenities.
I know, I feel quite spoiled. But hey, I figure I might as well indulge a bit on this trip, don't you think?
Absolutely. You deserve to treat yourself. Enjoy all the perks and extra little luxuries the hotel has to offer.
That's the plan. I can't wait to experience it all firsthand.
Well, have a wonderful time, John. Let me know how it all goes when you get back.
Will do, Anna. Thanks for sharing in my excitement.
Lesson 10, Fitness Goals.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to ask your advice on something.
Of course, John. What can I help you with?
Well, I've been trying to stay on top of my fitness goals lately, but I'm struggling to maintain my motivation.
I see. That's a common challenge a lot of people face. Do you have any tips you can share for staying motivated?
That's a great question. I've found that setting specific, measurable goals has really helped me. Like, I aim to work out 4 times a week and track my progress.
That's fantastic. Setting clear, achievable goals is key. And tracking your progress along the way keeps you accountable, doesn't it?
Exactly. It gives me a sense of accomplishment when I hit those targets. But sometimes I still find myself slipping up.
I understand. What do you find helps you get back on track when that happens?
Well, I try to remind myself of why I started this fitness journey in the first place. Focusing on the bigger picture motivates me to push through the tough moments.
That's really smart. Reconnecting with your underlying why can be so powerful for reigniting that motivation. Any other tactics you found useful?
Well, I also find that mixing up my workouts and trying new activities helps keep things fresh and interesting.
Definitely, that variety is important. It prevents boredom and challenges your body in different ways.
Absolutely. And of course, having a supportive friend like you to talk things through with makes a big difference too.
I'm happy I could lend an ear. We all need that encouragement sometimes on our fitness journeys.
For sure. Thanks for the great advice, Anna. I feel re energized and ready to crush my next workout.
Lesson 11: Outdoor Adventures.
Hey Anna, I was wondering if you'd be up for some outdoor fun this weekend?
Ooh, that sounds great. What did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could play a game like frisbee or volleyball. Something active and enjoyable.
A frisbee game. That sounds fantastic. I haven't played in ages, but I used to love it.
Awesome, me too. I'll be sure to bring one along. Maybe we can find a nice park or beach to toss it around.
Perfect. The fresh air and sunshine will be so refreshing after being cooped up. And a little friendly competition is always fun, right?
Absolutely. I'll have to warn you though, my frisbee skills are on point. You might have a tough time keeping up.
Haha, we'll see about that. I bet I can give you a run for your money. Maybe even teach you a trick or two.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. Alright, challenge accepted. This is going to be a blast.
I can't wait. We'll have to plan out all the details, where to meet, what time, and so on.
For sure. I'll send you the specifics once I figure it all out. This is going to be an awesome weekend.
I agree, John. Outdoor adventures with good friends are the best. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too, Anna. It's going to be a blast. Okay, I'll get to planning and let you know the deets soon.
Lesson 12: Creepy Crawlies.
Yo Anna, have you ever had any weird encounters with bugs or insects?
Now that you mention it, I do have a few stories. What kind of creepy crawlies are you thinking of?
Well, I was just reading about how centipedes have like a gazillion legs. Isn't that crazy?
Ugh, don't remind me. Those things freak me out. The way they scurry around is just unsettling.
I know, right? And did you know fleas can jump like 200 times their own height? Talk about impressive.
Oof, don't get me started on fleas. My poor dog has had to deal with them a few times. Those bites are the worst.
Yikes, that sounds miserable. I can't imagine having those pests crawling all over me.
It's the absolute worst. I'm just glad I don't have any pets that can bring them home. Although, I did find a spider in my bathtub the other day.
Spiders, huh? Those are a whole other level of creepy. I'm always checking my shoes before putting them on because of those guys.
Haha, me too. You can never be too careful. Although some spiders are actually pretty cool, like the ones that spin intricate webs.
That's true, I guess they're not all bad. Still, I'll take a cute little ladybug over a creepy crawler any day.
Definitely. Ladybugs are so much friendlier looking. Although, I did read that they can actually bite if you startle them.
Wait, really? Ugh, I don't know if I can trust any insects at this point. They're all out to get us.
Haha, don't be so dramatic. Most bugs just want to go about their business. We're the ones invading their space.
I suppose you've got a point. Alright, I'll try to be more open-minded about our little six-legged friends.
That's the spirit. Who knows, you might even find some of them fascinating once you learn more about them.
We'll see about that. For now, I'll stick to admiring them from a safe distance.
Lesson 13, Thinking Ahead.
Morning, Anna, can I run something by you? I told a joke at work the other day, but I'm worried it might have come across the wrong way.
Hello, John, of course. What happened? I'm happy to give you my thoughts.
Well, you see, I made a comment about one of my coworkers' new haircut. I meant it as a compliment, but I'm worried it might have sounded like I was making fun of them.
I see. The way we phrase things can definitely be tricky sometimes. What exactly did you say?
I just said something like, wow, your new hairstyle is really unique. But now that I think about it, that could have come off as insulting.
I see what you mean. Even if you meant it positively, unique can sometimes have a negative connotation.
Exactly. I didn't want to hurt their feelings or make them self-conscious. Do you think I should apologize?
That's a tough call. On one hand, it shows you're thoughtful about their feelings. But on the other, it might call more attention to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to embarrass them further by making a big deal out of it.
Maybe the best approach is to just be more mindful going forward. Pay closer attention to how your comments could be perceived.
You're right, that's probably the wisest move. I'll have to be extra careful with my word choices from now on.
Exactly. And if you do end up accidentally saying something that could be misinterpreted, a simple, genuine apology is often the best way to address it.
Noted. Thanks for the advice, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk this through with me.
Of course, that's what friends are for. Just remember, a little empathy and self-awareness can go a long way.
Definitely. I'll keep that in mind. Speaking of which, I should probably be more considerate about how my jokes land, too.
Good point. Humor can be tricky, especially in a professional setting. It's always best to err on the side of caution.
You're absolutely right. I'll have to be more thoughtful about that moving forward. Can't be too careful when it comes to these things.
Exactly. Better to play it safe than risk offending someone, even unintentionally. Just keep that perspective in mind.
Will do. Thanks again, Anna. I feel a lot more prepared to navigate these kinds of situations now.
Lesson 14, Ethical Dilemmas.
Yo, Anna, can I get your take on something? I'm having a bit of an ethical dilemma at work.
Absolutely, John. I'm happy to lend an ear. What's going on?
Well, you know how Nike's been in the news lately for some of their labor practices, right?
Yeah, I've seen the reports. It's definitely concerning.
Right. So my manager just asked me to help draft a statement defending the company's actions.
That's a tough spot to be in. How do you feel about that?
I mean, part of me wants to just go along with it, you know? It's my job and I don't want to rock the boat.
I get that, but doesn't that go against your own personal ethics?
Exactly. That's what I'm struggling with. I don't feel comfortable defending something I don't believe in.
I see. Well, what are your other options here? Have you considered voicing your concerns to your manager?
I have, but I'm worried that could jeopardize my position. It's a pretty senior role, and I can't afford to lose it.
I understand the worry, but staying silent could also weigh on your conscience in the long run.
Yeah, that's true. It's just such a delicate situation, you know? I don't want to make waves, but I also don't want to compromise my values.
Well, maybe there's a middle ground here. Perhaps you could have an open and honest discussion with your manager about your reservations.
You think that could work? I don't know, they might not take it too well.
It's worth a try. Explain your perspective calmly, and see if you can find a solution you both feel good about.
Okay, you make a fair point. I'll give it a shot. At least that way I can say I tried to address it directly.
Exactly. And who knows, your manager might even respect your principled stance on the issue.
That's a good way to look at it. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Thanks for talking this through with me, Anna.
Of course, anytime. Just remember, sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy, but it's always worth it in the end.
You're absolutely right. I appreciate you taking the time to help me think this through. It really means a lot.
Lesson 15, Childhood Memories.
Morning, Anna. Hey, I was just reminiscing about our childhood the other day.
Oh really? What sparked that trip down memory lane?
Well, I was walking by our old neighborhood the other day, and it just brought back so many fond memories.
I know what you mean. We had some great times growing up around there, didn't we?
Absolutely. I still remember walking to school with you and Jane every morning.
Oh wow, yes. Those were the days. We'd always try to race each other to the schoolyard.
Ha, and you'd always beat us, even though I swear I had longer legs.
Hey, what can I say? I was the speedy one. You two didn't stand a chance.
That's true. I guess I was more of the clumsy one, tripping over my own feet sometimes.
Ah, don't be so hard on yourself. We all had our quirks back then.
Yeah, like how you were always the one who remembered to bring extra snacks for the walk home.
Oh my gosh, yes. I don't know how I kept track of all that stuff.
Probably the same way you managed to get all A's without even trying.
Haha, I wouldn't say it was without effort. But I do miss those carefree school days.
Me too. It was just so simple back then, you know? No real responsibilities, just playing and learning.
Definitely. I cherish those memories a lot. It's nice to reminisce about the good old days.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking a trip down memory lane with me, Anna. It's been a real treat.
Lesson 16, New Experiences.
Hey, Anna, have you been up to anything exciting lately?
As a matter of fact, I have. I went to this really interesting lecture last week.
Oh, what was it about? I'm always eager to learn new things.
It was all about the paranormal, can you believe it? Ghosts and hauntings, and all that.
Whoa, really? That sounds right up my alley. I love exploring the unknown.
I thought you might be interested. The speaker was this expert on supernatural phenomena.
That's so cool. What were some of the key things you learned?
Well, they talked about all these reported ghost sightings from around the world.
Fascinating. Did they offer any explanations or theories about what causes these encounters?
They did. Apparently, there are a lot of scientific hypotheses, like electromagnetic fields and such.
Huh, that's really intriguing. I'd love to hear more about it sometime.
Absolutely. We should get together and swap stories about our own paranormal experiences.
Oh man, I've got a few good ones up my sleeve. This is right up my alley.
I knew you'd be interested. It's always fun to explore new ideas and perspectives.
Definitely. I'm always eager to learn about things outside my normal routine.
Same here. It keeps life interesting, you know? Broadening our horizons.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for sharing this with me, Anna. I'm really excited to dive deeper.
Lesson 17, Travel Planning.
Hey Anna, I'm planning a trip overseas soon and I could use your advice.
Oh, where are you thinking of going? I love travel planning.
I'm considering a few different options, but I'm not sure where to start.
Well, the first thing I usually do is research online to find some good hotel options.
That's a great idea. I was wondering about the best way to go about that.
I find it helpful to read reviews and compare amenities across different hotels.
Ah, that makes sense. Any tips on weeding out the reliable reviews from the biased ones?
Definitely. I try to look for reviews from verified travelers, not just random people.
Ah, that's a smart approach. And what about actually booking the hotel?
I usually like to book directly through the hotel's website if I can. That way I know I'm getting the best rate.
Ah, good point. I'll have to keep that in mind. What about flights? Any advice there?
For flights, I always start by comparing prices across different airlines and booking sites.
Excellent, that's really helpful. I want to make sure I'm getting the best deal.
Exactly. And don't forget to be flexible with your dates if you can. That can save a lot.
Ah, yes, that's a great tip. I'll have to play around with the dates and see what works best.
Definitely. The key is doing your research up front to ensure a smooth, affordable trip.
I really appreciate all these insights, Anna. This is going to be so useful as I start planning.
I'm happy I could help. Let me know if you have any other questions come up.
Will do, thanks again. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this whole process now.
Lesson 18, Favorite Cafe.
Morning, Anna. Have you been to that new cafe downtown lately?
You mean the one that's known for their amazing sandwiches and pastries? I love that place.
Yes, that's the one. I was thinking of going there for a quick lunch. What do you usually get?
Oh, their grilled cheese is to die for. The combo of the melty cheese and toasted bread is just perfect.
Ooh, that does sound delicious. I'm more of a sweets person though. What about their pastries?
Their croissants are out of this world. Flaky on the outside and buttery soft on the inside.
That sounds heavenly. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
I know, right? They really know how to bake. Have you tried their lemon bars before?
No, I haven't. Are they as good as the croissants?
Even better. The bright lemon flavor, paired with the crumbly shortbread crust, it's divine.
Wow, I'm definitely going to have to try those next time. Maybe I'll even pick up a few to bring back to the office.
That's a great idea. Your coworkers will love you for it. Just make sure to grab some before they sell out.
Good point. Those pastries are probably flying off the shelves. I better get there early.
Definitely. It's such a popular spot, they can barely keep up with the demand sometimes.
Well, you've certainly sold me on it. I know where I'll be having lunch today.
Enjoy. Let me know what you end up getting, I'm always looking for new menu recommendations.
Will do, thanks Anna. I'm sure I'll be back soon to try more of their delicious offerings.
Lesson 19, Exploring Hawaii.
Aloha, Anna. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't, but it's definitely on my bucket list. I've heard it's an absolute paradise.
It really is. I had the chance to visit a few years ago and it was an unforgettable experience.
What was your favorite part? I'm dying to know more about the islands.
Oh man, where do I even begin? The stunning beaches, the lush tropical forests, the friendly locals, it's all just so incredible.
That sounds amazing. I've heard the food is pretty amazing too. What were some of your favorite dishes?
Ooh, the food was out of this world. You have to try the traditional Hawaiian plate lunch, kalua pork, poi, and lomi lomi salmon.
Poi? What on earth is that? It doesn't sound very appetizing.
It's a staple starch made from taro root. It has a unique, slightly sweet flavor. Takes some getting used to, but it's actually really good.
Huh, interesting. I'll have to keep an open mind if I ever make it over there. What about the beaches? I've heard they're some of the best in the world.
Absolutely. Waikiki Beach is gorgeous, with its soft white sand and crystal clear water. But my favorite was Lani Kai Beach on Oahu.
Lani Kai Beach, huh? I'll have to remember that one. What made it your favorite?
The color of the water is just unreal, this vibrant turquoise that you don't see anywhere else. And the views of the Makulua Islands are breathtaking.
Wow, it sounds like paradise. I need to start planning a trip there ASAP. Any other must-see spots you'd recommend?
Oh man, so many. You've got to check out the Napali coast on Kauai, the volcanoes on the Big Island, and the road to Hana on Maui.
Duly noted. Looks like I'll need at least a couple weeks to really experience everything Hawaii has to offer.
Trust me, you won't regret it. Hawaii is truly a one-of-a-kind destination. I can't wait for you to see it for yourself.